In the last 24 months, all of the events around the crypto industry and the Bitcoin mining industry have brought Bitcoin to the forefront of the energy industry. And so there might have been people in the industry that didn't really know about Bitcoin or understand it in 2019 or 2020. And in 2021, they started to hear about it. But 2022 was kind of a coming out party. And now it's much more common to speak to executives in the energy industry and have them thinking about Bitcoin and taking it very seriously.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have Bitcoin bull and co-founder of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, discussing the recent changes coming to Bitcoin in 2023. Saylor admits that after the recent collapse in FTX and the events of 2022, the Bitcoin network, as well as the Bitcoin miners, are more important than ever. In this recent interview with the Bitcoin Mining Counsel, he gives a crucial assessment of the network security surrounding Bitcoin. This group was formed in 2021 after Elon Musk deemed Bitcoin a risk because of its high energy consumption and environmental impact. After Tesla discontinued Bitcoin payments and sold 75% of their Bitcoin holdings, Saylor was the first one to rise to reassure investors of the safety and security, not only of the network, but of Bitcoin's future. Let's get right into the latest interview with Michael Saylor as he discusses the outlook for 2023, how the FTX collapse only strengthened the Bitcoin network, and why decentralization is so important. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
What are the implications of the FTX failure on Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining?
The FTX failure has actually been a catalytic event, and it's been good for Bitcoin. I think it's really highlighted the strengths of proof of work, highlighted the strengths of a network based upon Bitcoin mining that's a commodity. I think there's been a lot of confusion about the difference between proof of stake and proof of work. And tokens like FTT token were based on staking algorithms and the like, and they weren't backed by energy. So the FTX failure has been a very visible educational event that's educated an entire generation of lawmakers, policymakers, journalists, and investors as to why Bitcoin is different than FTT token or Terra or Luna or Serum or these other air tokens. And it also really underscored the benefits of an asset you could take self-custody of without counterparty risk. So although it's been painful for the industry, I think it's actually catalyzed a lot of positive developments, both in the education of investors as well as in the DC regulatory environment. And generally, what I've seen throughout all of the coverage is a growing appreciation for the benefits of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining through this kind of debacle.
What is the significance of Intel shipping Bitcoin mining equipment?
I think it's important to note that the security of the Bitcoin network, it comes not just from the operation of Bitcoin mining data centers, but it also comes from the shipment and upgrading of Bitcoin mining equipment and semiconductors. And so you've had a couple of companies that have dominated the industry. And you've got Bitmine, you've got WhatsMiner, but to have Intel enter with a lot of capital and a lot of commitment, I think is a good thing. It creates a strong North American-based semiconductor manufacturer that is committed to Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. I think it'll be good politically for Bitcoin in North America to have Intel behind it. I think it'll be good for Bitcoin miners to have another strong vendor to choose from that'll create more competition at the equipment layer. And I think it creates more resilience in the Bitcoin network because you never want to be dependent upon just a small number of equipment manufacturers. So the more you have and the more diversified, then the more decentralized the network is. So I see this as it's a welcome improvement of decentralization and resilience, while at the same time it undermines narratives that the equipment is sourced out of China, and ultimately what you really want is you want a strong Chinese equipment manufacturer to encourage everybody in the China sphere of influence to trust Bitcoin. And you like a strong North American equipment manufacturer to encourage everyone in the Western world to trust Bitcoin. And it's always good to have choices for negotiation if you have to buy the equipment. So I think the result of that is great for the network. And then the last point is it will accelerate the improvement in network efficiency, both the energy efficiency. It'll drive us down the joules per terahash curve faster with another aggressive investor and equipment manufacturer. And I think it also helps us build a mechanical advantage of ASIC technology versus general purpose CPU technologies. And as the ASIC technology advances, that creates a mechanical advantage for Bitcoin security, and ultimately that's very auspicious for the entire network and the asset class.
On Friday, on-chain data showed that one Bitcoin miner transferred 5,592 BTC, worth $124 million, from his mining address into Binance. Large BTC inflows from miners to exchanges like Binance are thought to be a bearish signal that miners may be getting ready to sell Bitcoin. The implication is that the recent crypto rally may have pushed prices to a level that's too impossible to resist, especially with profit margins compressed in recent months.
You've got nuclear, it's a solution for nuclear, a solution for natural gas, a solution for stranded energy sources everywhere in the world, a solution for stranded hydro. You're reading stories in the Tech Review about stranded hydro plants in the Congo where it's being used. There really isn't a day when you don't read a story about some energy provider that was struggling with the problem. And I think in the height of the bull market, Bitcoin mining equipment was getting very expensive, and they might have been a bit afraid. But now the equipment has been much less expensive. There's more equipment on the market. You've got a whole set of industry restructuring dynamics where people are out actually knocking on doors and talking to the energy companies who are extremely well capitalized yet conservative. So this is exactly the time when they start to look at this and think, this is about the right thing for us. We can buy the equipment much cheaper than it would have cost us a year or 2 years ago. There's an easy partner. There's a lot of companies that want to partner with us. We've got a problem, and we've got lots and lots of examples of success stories. So I think that Bitcoin is becoming increasingly intertwined with the energy industry, and it's pretty clear that it's synergistic. If you're a Bitcoin miner, you kind of have to have a good strategic relationship with your energy provider. I think that's been made abundantly clear in the past, 12 months. But if you're an energy company, you can't help but notice there's this, clean, high baseload user of energy that can operate intermittently anywhere in the world. So this story of Bitcoin and energy is just getting better and better and getting stronger. And if anything, it's hard to see if you're an energy provider how you can get to world-class efficiency and economics if you don't have Bitcoin as part of your grid mix at somewhere in the grid.
With companies like Celsius, Voyager, FTX, and now Genesis, they've shined the spotlight on why the Bitcoin network is so strong. As we've seen, when weak tokens and exchanges are put under pressure, if they're propped up on even weaker assets, the bottom collapses and becomes exposed. Bitcoin is still holding strong amid the recent rally above 22,800, and now investors and crypto enthusiasts are starting to take notice. What do you think about Michael Saylor's recent interview with the Bitcoin Mining Counsel and where the Bitcoin network is headed in 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.